everyone. My name is Florence, and I am the Chief Talent Strategist for Bava Talent Solution. And today we have the conference called Career Restrategizing. And I really do apologize for the mixed up technicalities. We were supposed to stream this live on YouTube and on LinkedIn, but somehow the configuration just stopped working, even after various tests. I would appreciate it if we can all turn on our camera and can confirm if you can hear me. If you can hear me, give me reactions, give me thumbs up, let me know that you can hear me all. I can see thumbs up coming up. I can see the thumbs up coming up. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you, Randy. Thank you, Barbara. Thank you. Nashika is here. I can see Leah. I can see a lot of people. If you can turn on your camera, please, we would appreciate it. This session has been recorded. If you are comfortable turning on your camera, I would say thank you to that. Let's turn it on. Let's engage. My name is Florence, and I'm the Chief Talent Strategist of Bava Consulting and Management. And today we are to talk about career restrategizing. We have various topics from how to apply the right way to how to transition into a different industry, to how to negotiate your offer, and all the session. My throat is becoming dry, a little bit running around with the technicalities that have been going on. Technology would always be technology, no matter how you prepare. And I really feel bad. But I want to thank you all for your patience. I want to thank you all because you all have been patiently waiting for us to start this program. And here we are. Just to open up this session, I would have just a minute. I would have a quick introductory session as the keynote speaker and also as the convener of this conference to start. There've been some issues, but I'm glad that we are here. So today we'll be talking about career restrategizing. And the first thing is, what is the topic? What's the conference about? The conference is about how you can re-strategize, how you can sit down, take a step back, and think, despite everything that has been going on in the world, despite the issues, despite the challenges, despite no job, nothing, despite no interviews, we all know exactly what has been going on. And that is why we are coming together to talk about how we can re-strategize, articulate your value as an individual, as a business owner, even as an employer of labor. And today I will be talking very briefly on career re-strategizing, how you can gain traction through value articulation. What is career re-strategizing? It's simply about you evaluating and repositioning yourself in the market. As a business owner, one of the things when we talk about client acquisition is, how do I position my brand to be appealing, to be favorable, to be competitive in the market? The same thing goes to you as an individual. How do you reposition yourself? How do you articulate your value? We have various sessions today, ranging from panel sessions, like I mentioned earlier, to roundtables, and even to exclusive interviews. And I promise you all that it is going to be worth it. As an individual, you can also position yourself by articulating not just your skill set, not just your experience, not just your qualification, but your brand. That is why, as an individual, as an employee within an organization, you do have a brand. It is not about your LinkedIn profile. It's part of it, but not totally about your LinkedIn profile, but it's about what do you talk about? How do you present yourself? What's your visibility statistics? You got to ask yourself, what is your unique value proposition? And today, we are going to re-strategize. So why is career re-strategizing important? Well, career re-strategizing helps us to identify new opportunities, not just you going out to look for new opportunities, but opportunities also coming to look for you. I'm going to talk about your personal brand. I'm going to talk about SWOT analysis, your personal SWOT analysis, because the best way to re-strategize is to, first of all, assess what your potentials are. What are your skill sets? What are your talents? What knowledge do you have that you can sell? Not for free, but something that people would recognize you with. As a recruiter, as soon as you put your banner, I am a recruiter, people run to you. Do you have openings? Do you have a job? Can I talk to you about my resume? That's your brand as a recruiter. What about as a consultant? Think about it. What is that potential? What is that thing you have that would help articulate your value, that would help amplify your value? This is the reality of what today. And I'm very sure that almost every one of us here today, we're here because we have received rejection over and over and over again. I have been rejected in tens and hundreds. And I know that this is not just my situation, it's the situation of many others, especially with the layoff going on in the society. So now, how do we re-strategize? So what's the question that we want to answer is, what is your unique value proposition? So that is what I want us to think today is, what is your unique value proposition? How can you identify your value? I've mentioned this earlier. Unlocking your potential, unlocking your values is deep within us. You think, what can I do best? Some of us are go-to person in our organizations. Even though you see someone who is in recruiting and is being come to for marketing work, and you ask yourself, why me? That's the value you need to sell. Think about your guiding principles that reflect your belief. Think about your priorities. Think about what you stand for, and use this to identify your value. I mentioned earlier that I'm going to talk about personal SWOT analysis, and that is one of the best ways to know and to identify your value so you can articulate it. Think about your strengths, think about your weaknesses, what opportunities you have, and what are the threats that would hinder you from gaining these opportunities. This is one way in which you can definitely identify your value. Now, how do you articulate it? Why are you unique? The best way to articulate your value is to communicate your value proposition. And the best way to communicate it is through storytelling. Most people who are on LinkedIn that are very visible, what are they doing? They're telling their story. Not just their story, but even the story of events, situations, people around them. And people recognize them because through storytelling, you sell your value. And this is where your personal brand comes in. Today, we'll have a session on personal branding, and it's going to be a presentation where you can sit to read while networking with others. Understand your personal branding through the SWOT analysis, and that way you would know how to build professional networking. You would know how to communicate with people. There is a right way in communicating. There is the right way in talking to people. And today, our guest speakers, leading experts, will teach us the right way. In communicating, you have to be clear and you have to be consistent. When you're talking to a recruiter, for those of us who are looking for a job, you want to talk to a recruiter, you send a message, hello, this is Florence, I'm looking for a job. That is the wrong way. Your message is not as clear as possible. It's not clear as possible. When you're talking to a recruiter, you want to send a message to a recruiter, the message has to be clear. And when you want to network with people, your branding has to be consistent. Again, value articulation. To round it off, I'll just tell you that to define, you have to define your value, your unique value proposition. You have to communicate, learn to communicate your value pitch effectively to your target audience. And of course, you have to incorporate your value pitch in all aspects of your job search and career advancement. It is all about the process. Small little steps. Stay focused. Stay positive and keep pushing. Positive, focused, and forwardness. And I say thank you all for listening to me today. And this is just the beginning. We would have multiple other sessions where you would learn a lot of information that can help you with articulating your value proposition and re-strategizing your career path. I want to say thank you all. Stay connected. Stay connected. Don't leave. This is just the beginning. And I want you all to share the link with your network. Let people know that you are here listening to Career Conference, and let them also gain from this strategy. Thank you.